Guys, you really don't know the joy of seeing a postman. How much joy this brings to me, because I had to rip this like this because the Lana Box has just arrived. And not only that, I got another parcel because I want to experiment something with my hair, and I want to talk a little bit about it. But first, Lana Box review. And you know what you guys think about it? It's the August box. I unfortunately have it already. The box is spoiled. Well, of course, because I actually follow the Lana Box on Instagram. I mean, who doesn't? And if you haven't, and again, this is not a sponsored, Lana Box is not sponsoring me at all. But if you haven't checked them out, and if you're in Europe, please go and check out the Lana Box. Please, 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 please check out the Lana Box, because I am a fangirl. I have been a fangirl since the moment that it came out. And I was like, you know what? I couldn't afford it since the beginning, but now I can. And I'm kind of like, this is my present for every month. My birthday is once a month. So I have the Lana Box. So I have it already spoiled, as I said. But I think that you guys have not been spoiled about the Lana Box. So we're gonna open it right now. And as usual, unceremoniously opening the box. Now, oh yeah, before anything, I wanted to actually, now that I think about it, I want to update this video because actually the Lana Box has increased the prices of the Lana Box, of course. So what does it mean? What is it going to happen with the Lana Box? All of these things, we're gonna talk about it. And this is something that, you know, I agree with it because, as I said since the beginning of my first Lana Box review, is that the worth that you're getting from the box is actually much more than from what you're paying. And basically, it's just, you have to see like what are the pros and the cons. But again, first, let's take out the items, then let's talk about money. Because who wants to talk about money when they're actually wanting to get their hands on in the stuff that it's inside? Woo! And by the way, have you checked out? I have a Snoopy shirt. Woo! And there's Rilakuma. I have my friends over here accompanying me today. So yeah, anyways, I got the postcard which it says, "Take it easy." Which, you know what? We should all take it a little bit easy. Life is really, really, really a dick sometimes, and it is very important to take life a little bit easy. Anyways, now we have the pattern. I have seen the pattern before, and as usual, I am folding in it because we don't want the QR code to appear in our video. And it's this one, the Chaleco Nebrisa, and it's the first crochet pattern that the Lana Box actually has done. And I'm actually super excited to crochet this because, I mean, it's crochet. I am a very proficient crocheter. Yeah, I'm a very proficient crocheter. And I cannot wait to get my hands into this chaleco because, I mean, it's chaleco. It's not jaleco, it's chaleco. For my German viewers, it's chaleco, it's not jaleco. Anyways, yeah, so I cannot wait to put my hands into this chaleco and into this pattern because basically I want to, like, with all the wools that I have gotten from the Lana Box, I have actually crocheted something. I have not knitted anything. I have crocheted something, and I am so excited to show you guys what are the next things that I am going to crochet with the Lana Box. But with this one, I am gonna follow the pattern. I totally will. Anyways, that's the pattern, and because I am not surprised, I am so sorry, I am not gonna act surprised because I have already been spoiled with this box. But it's very different still seeing it in person as in comparison when you see it on a post on Instagram. So anyways, this time we have some washi tape. Oh, it has some cocktails, some beer and soup, camera, video, camera, movie, film. So yeah, it's a nice washi tape. I think I'm gonna use some of this to actually put it on my walking stick. And now to the creme of the creme, the creme of the top. I don't know how to say these things. Anyways, we have 3 skeins of wool. Now, I have no idea of the name of this wool. Let me get it over here. So it says, okay, so it says it's from Casa Sol, the wool. It's 3 of them, which is 100% cotton from Andalusia. And it's 100 grams and it has 300 meters. I don't know how much in yards is, which is a limited edition of cotton, which has been cultivated in Andalusia. And these are the last skeins of this year. So these are exclusive for the Lana Box subscribers. Basically, you can actually go to casasol.es, which is for Spain, or España. So I don't know. I'm gonna look online if they are still available, because normally I like actually doing a gauge swatch, especially, you know, if you are a very good knitter and if you're a very good crocheter, you always have to do gauge. It seems like the chaleco is going to be a size S, which I am actually a size M in European sizes. I do not know what size I will be in Spanish sizes. So probably I might be an L in Spanish sizes and I am an M in German sizes. But anyways, so El Chaleco Nebrisa, it's by Emily Rota. And it's supposed to be a vest in a simple crochet garment. And it's basically inspired for festivals like Woodstock. And it's actually supposed to be designed for beginners and for veteran crocheters like me. Woo! So I am actually super excited because it's the first crochet pattern that the Lana Box has done. I will definitely try this one. And I cannot wait to put my hands on these skeins and do the gauge for this chaleco. Chaleco. Repeat after me. Chaleco. Anyways, now this Lana Box actually comes with something inside that I have been dying to get my hands on at some point. And it's the beautiful bubble wrap. No, just kidding. It's the beautiful bubble wrap over here. Let me review the bubble wrap. It is amazing to have bubble wrap. But it's not the bubble wrap that I'm actually having. We're actually having a yarn ball. And I am so happy to have a yarn ball. Because I have been dying. I have been telling to my boyfriend how much I wanted to have a yarn bowl. And he was always like, well, with the fact that where you always place your stitch markers, which I always find them everywhere at home, and I was like, how could you take care of a yarn bowl? And I was like, I know, and our house is like super small and everything, and I was like, where am I going to put it? I don't know. But I have a yarn bowl, and I finally have my yarn bowl, and I'm gonna tell my boyfriend now, it's like, tough cookie for you, because it's my yarn bowl. So yes, it's a yarn bowl from Martu Perino. She is the designer of this one. And let me show you basically how it looks. Basically is the yarn bowl. You have three holes over here, and then you have this beautiful one here. It has this special edition that says Lana Box, and it says uh, basically craft teje. It's kind of like a word in Spanish for saying knitting too, but you can actually take it to as a like craft and enjoy. So basically, like tejer can mean like crochet or knitting, but the Lana Box is actually exclusively mostly for knitting. So it says knit and enjoy, and it is so nice. Wow, I think that this Lana Box, even though I have had it already spoiled, because thank you DHL for taking so long to actually take stuff over here. There has been, for some reason, a lot of delays with the post offices. Like my work, and I shouldn't say this, but in my work, we have had difficulties with parcels that are coming from Spain and are going from Germany to Spain. And I don't know why. I seriously, I honestly don't know why. What is going on is sometimes they appear like they're completely stuck for days in basically in the international hub. And then it's just basically like they're released and then they come like the next day and then they complete, like the tracking completely disappears. This absolutely has nothing to do with the Lana Box itself. This is actually a problem of basically the postal service. And even though I am sad that I actually got spoilers, it is inevitable because everyone else has gotten their box before me, and I'm not gonna tell Lorena to no, stop putting spoilers. So no, I am actually glad that she actually sent it. I am glad that everything arrived safe and sound, especially this bowl that it actually came all the way from Spain to Germany. So it's kind of like, it's a long haul, and I cannot stop doing this. Oh, this is so good. I love bubble wrap. Do you know that bubble wrap actually helps me not to chew on my fingers, because I do have a lot of things, so I don't know how to de-stress, and when I de-stress I actually like bite my fingers quite a lot. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, I actually like, it can get very bloody. So bubble wrap is actually a very good way to take out my stress away. Take my stress away. Anyways, yeah, but let's talk about prices. So I received an email before the 1st of August that the Lana Box price was going to increase from 49 euros and 50 cents to 55 euros. Now, all the terms and conditions still apply from the Lana Box, which means that you're gonna get a monthly box. You are gonna get around 2 to 3 skeins of wool a month, plus some haberdashery or some awesome stuff like this. And basically, like, you know, like haberdashery, like stuff like this, and some small knitting needles and stuff like that. I personally believe that the increase on price is actually very, very fair, because, and let me explain you why, because if you think about it, the prices of wool, basically, that she's actually going to hand dyers, and when you check the prices of the hand dyeing of the website of the people who are working with, that Lorena is working with, I think it actually it at the beginning I thought the price was like really relatively cheap, especially because I have seen some other knitting boxes or crates, or monthly crates, and how much they actually, like, you have to pay for actually getting something hand dyed, you know. So yeah, it's I do think 55 bucks, it's actually very fair. The Lana Box is only available for people in the European Union, so it's unfortunately not available for international people. But if you are in the European Union, then I 100% recommend you to get yourself the Lana Box, because I personally think and believe that the Lana Box is actually really cool. And I am a sucker, again, as I said several times, for subscription boxes. So yeah, that is it for the Lana Box. I think that the increase in price is actually fair. I believe in the Lana Box still, and go, because the Lana Box, like every month, they just like sell like hot bread or hot potatoes, or I don't know. In Germany, hot potatoes would sell like really, really quickly. Anyways, but it sells like hot bread. And that is actually good. So I recommend you, again, please, please go for the Lana Box if you're in the European Union. And no, I am not sponsored. The Lana Box does not sponsor me at all. I don't get any payment. I don't get any commission nor anything like that, just because I'm saying that the Lana Box is awesome. So as I said before, I have had given good reviews and bad reviews to the Lana Box because I actually pay this with my own money, and I want to give a fair review every time that I open the Lana Box. As I said, probably my reaction this time for the Lana Box was actually a little bit mild because I have been spoiled before. But just because I have been spoiled doesn't mean that I don't think that the Lana Box is beautiful. I actually think that for being August, which is my birthday month, I think it's an awesome box because, you know, I am biased and it's August and it's my birthday box. Woo! Anyways, I hope you guys like the Lana Box review, because now I am going to talk about hair. Yes, we're going to talk about hair right now. And I have made an order because I wanted to talk about today about natural hair. You know, diversity, people of color, Germany, hair, head wraps. You know, this is something that it actually comes on my heart. As usual, we have a lot of packaging, but I wanted to talk about braiding today. And it's something that it actually touches my heart quite a bit, because since I was a kid, I remember my mom braiding my hair a lot. By that time, when I was a kid, I actually had long hair. And basically, like, every time that we were actually going for summer vacations, my mom used to send me to the hairdressers and have basically my whole hair braided. It was basically box braids. And I grew up like that. Basically, when I was living in Honduras, when we were living in the Caribbean part, I actually remember getting myself for the first time cornrows, which was so painful, and I was always having like headaches and everything, and I was crying and crying. And then I decided that I just wanted to wear box braids. And since years and years, I have always actually like braided my hair only as a protective style. My mom always told me this, like, well, this is the only way that we can control your hair. That's the only way that we can actually, sorry about that. That's the only way that we're gonna be able to protect your hair when we go to the beach, because, you know, like, I don't want to actually be dealing with your hair and everything. So basically, all of this stuff. Now that I have gone into the more natural route of actually handling my hair, I have noticed, well, I actually, of course, cut my hair super short. I think I have some Instagram posts in which I actually, after coming back from Vietnam, it was the second time that I shaved my head completely. Like, I gave myself a buzz cut, because I actually wanted to go back again into the natural route, like the route to go to basically full sulfate-free, paraben-free, silicone-free route of not having that many chemicals in my hair. And on my discovery of my hair routine and discovering that I actually don't have dandruff, but it's actually dry, itchy skin, I discovered that basically your skin changes with the years. It changes your hair. It like, you go through so many processes in your life. And I remember basically I think it was, yeah, it was this year in winter when I actually decided to go, because I was never taught how to braid my own hair. That's like the difficult part. It was just like I was always sent to the salon to the lady who was gonna do my braiding. But basically, it was like I never learned about how to braid my hair, and the only way that I braided my hair was basically like box braids because that was the only thing that I knew how to do. But now I have short hair, and I really like the fact that I have been exposed a little bit more with basically Afro Germans or Afro Americans, and they have actually like showed me in a certain way the route of going like, hey, you know, like if you have short hair, you can use hair extensions. I mean, you don't always have to be um, basically using your own hair. And I was like, I was so impressed that there was so many different ways of actually braiding your hair. I was like, I am learning something new because I was only told back in my country that braiding was okay unless it was just a protective style. Basically, like my mom did not want it to deal with my hair, and we need to get your curls in control because I do have a frizzy ball of hair. And especially like with the head wraps, like it was only basically like you're exposing your hair too much in the sun. Like the only thing to do is just basically wrap your hair around so it doesn't get that dry, and use coconut oil to actually add more protein to your hair. And for me it was kind of like, wow, like there's a lot of culture lost basically in my country because we only explain these things like basically just randomly. I was explaining all of these things basically just randomly, and I was just kind of like, okay, I mean it doesn't make sense, but okay. And now as an adult, I actually have been figuring out like the roots of it. Basically, like braiding in my country has been frowned upon for since I remember, because I remember like being in school, like the school did not let me actually wear my braids. They always told me to take them out. If I wanted to go to work, if I wore braids, they were always telling me like braids are not good, so please like take it out. It looks unprofessional. And that's the reason why I actually stopped using my braids, because people were telling me that it was always unprofessional. And I was like, but then why was I actually taught to braid my, like, that I have to actually use my protective styles, and then you're telling me to take out my protective style? It has been kind of like an up and down from then on. And now I'm in the phase of discovering this part of my culture in a way, because it's kind of like, well, we do certain times use head wraps. We do braid our hair to try and protect it. It's just simply that it has been so looked down upon that we decide to not do these things. But if you look at the native or indigenous people, because I am just a mestiza, they actually used to cover their hairs too as a protective style. And it's just interesting to me that all of these things have actually like gotten completely lost. And I don't know, I just want to go back into my roots, still like educate myself on the roots of basically like why my mom used to tell me to protect my hair. And she only basically told me several times that it was, well, I learned it only to protect your hair, but I did not learn anything else, or the cultural background. So it comes from generations of actually like completely erasing this part of us. So now that I have sat down several times in front of my computer and read upon it and see all the cultural background that my culture has, I was like, well, I think I'm gonna start trying to braid my hair again, because I do want to go back into my protective styles. I have started wearing my head wraps, as I have always been doing since I was a kid. I want to go back into braiding my hair as I learned it from my parents, you know? And sorry. And yeah, I wanted to show you basically like what have I bought, because I was only guided through basically the internet and people who I know over here who have told me these are the things that you can do, and we recommend you to basically do it this way. So if you are an Afro Latino or Afro Latina, if you are an African American and wish to teach this mestiza, this lost mestiza on hair braiding, please help me, because I am trying to discover again the roots of my own culture, because the culture from El Salvador has been so lost in throughout generations, and I'm just trying to discover it again, and I'm trying to discover with the bits and pieces that are left to basically discover back again my roots as a person and the culture that I have in El Salvador. So anyways, now I have bought several packs. As I said, I have guided myself only with basically the internet and people who have guided me a little bit over here. So I have bought 9 packs. And I know this is a lot, but it's 9 packs, but it's going to be for the whole hair. And second of all, I might not use all of them. It really depends on how full I actually want to make it. But I have bought this crochet braids, or basically these are the ones are called Senegalese twist. And basically you crochet your hair and you crochet this in your hair, and I want to look as beautiful as this woman over here, okay? I expect to turn into her. No, just kidding. I want to look as beautiful as her, at least with the hair. So basically I bought 9 packs. It will be really cool if they actually put me 10, but I bought 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So yeah, so we have 9 packs of this Senegalese twist, which now that I think about it, I probably bought the wrong color, because I do have some blonde, so probably the blonde is actually gonna look through the braid, but I want to look pretty, so I don't care if you see the color change. Then of course I bought 300 rubber bands, because I am going to use the rubber band method on my hair while I do this. And because I do not know if this thing is gonna work or not, I bought 2 crochet needles. And these are not your normal crochet needles, like the crochet needles that you use for actually like crocheting an item. But these ones are special because they actually have this little latch over here where you can actually put it and pull it through. So that is actually like really cool. I'm gonna try and follow some YouTube tutorials that a friend of mine actually sent me. And she told me that basically like you can do it this way. You know, I try it, see if it works for you, because I have already tried basically loose hair and it was a disaster. I left the whole house hairy and basically with balls of hair everywhere around. So yeah, and then the next thing that I bought, which was basically an apple cider vinegar root relief plus peppermint oil, and it says soothes itching and irritation, refreshes scalp without washing or water, and great for weaves, braids, locks, and extensions. So basically this is this thingy over here that you will use to basically do your hair. Yeah, so yeah, so basically that's all that I have. This actually smells really good. Ooh, I like it. So yeah. And that is basically all. I am super nervous because I am trying to discover the culture, and I don't know how everything is going to work out. You know, I am scared about everything. Like, this is so new for me. So we will see how everything goes. But anyways, I hope you guys liked my review of the Lana Box and the unboxing of my new hairstyle that I hope that I am going to be able to share with you. And yeah, I hope that you guys have a very beautiful day, and we will see each other next time. Bye!